Hello, welcome to Recall Gaming Exploits, and this is the random news. It's seen the title. Ubisoft is interested in an EA Access type subscription program. Now, I'm going to say this right now, I fucking called it. I called it on Twitter. Oh fuck, it's bad. This is really bad. This is so unbelievably bad, it's not even funny. But before I go into my opinions, here is what the Ubisoft CEO said. And I quote, "I think it makes the publisher more important in the player's mind. Often people are only interested in one brand from a publisher, so they don't look for other brands. When you buy into something like Access, you can try other things for free and discover other things you like. It is a way to make sure gamers can get more info on what we do and the diversity of our portfolio." He goes on to compare EA Access to TV channels or publisher subscription-based services to TV channels. When you look on your console, you have many different channels, and you want that diversity. Instead of saying everything's in one place, we can say, okay, try these channels, EA, Ubi or Activision. Now, what he's saying there is rather than being able to access all of your games from one location and not even have to think about it, it's just there, available to you at any time. No, what he wants is segregation of the platforms, well, I say of the platforms, of all the games. So he wants to have Ubisoft games, all of his Ubisoft games in one nice little corner, all of Activision games over there, and all of EA games over there. So to get to your games, you'll have to first go through Uplay or whatever they decide to call it, the Ubisoft subscription service. You have to boot up and then access your games through that, rather than just accessing your games through your dashboard or home screen or whatever your platform calls it. Because all of these discounts and stuff that the subscription services actually provide, the 10% discount that actually doesn't really save you any money at all, by the way, if you haven't seen previous videos, you'll find that physical copies are still cheaper even with that discount. But we're not discussing that in this video, so I'll continue. Well, suffice to say, that discount is only accessible if and only if you are subscribed, and only if you buy your game from the digital platform that you're on. So if you're on PlayStation, well, we'll use Xbox as the example really, because that's where EA Access is available, and the only place it's available. To get your 10% discount off of EA Access, you have to buy the game digitally off of the Xbox One store. That's the only way to get your discount. So all your games will be digital. They are using the subscription services to phase out physical copies, which is fine. That is fine. Digital copies has been done right in the past. Look at Steam on the PC. There's enough said on that. But you can phase out the physical copies, make people buy the games at a higher price than they would buying a physical copy, and then lock the games out into your own little subscription service. So people are going to be paying yearly, not only for EA Access, but for Ubisoft and Activision subscription services. All free, at least. That's if Rockstar and Konami and Capcom and all the other big publishers don't decide to get in on the act as well. Not to mention that on top of that, on top of your £30, £40, however many pounds it's going to cost to subscribe to these services per year, but then you'll have to buy games, because you can say you get free games in the vault. Yeah, they're last year's games or the year before's. I guarantee if Ubisoft come out with their own subscription service and they have their own vault, that you're not going to get, say, Assassin's Creed 4 in the vault at launch. Say if it releases in line with, say, Assassin's Creed Unity. Guarantee 4 won't be in there. It'll be Assassin's Creed fucking 3 or something. Well, it wouldn't be because that's not available on the platform. But you get the idea. It'll be like a couple of games back. It'll be outdated. The only games that are going to pop up in these vaults are either games that you've already bought on the year of their release, because you will. Let's face it, no one's going to be playing the out-of-date game. No one's going to be playing FIFA 14 when FIFA 15 is coming out. I've seen it. I used to work in Game Station. The amount of people that trawl through the bloody doors with their out-of-date game that's worth nothing on the resale value because it's out of date on a yearly iteration game, and they're like expecting to get 20 quid from the trade-in. Not going to happen. They'll get nothing for it. That's because no one wants it, because people want the new game. So any game in the vault is going to be outdated and no one's going to want to play them. I'm not saying you won't play them. There will be times where you do play them, but I'm saying the games that are in the vault are games that if you wanted them, if you wanted to play them, you would have bought them already. So you're not really getting any bonus out of that, but I've said that before. My point is that they're just trying to get an extra £30 out of you that they wouldn't get normally. They would not get that money normally. If you, say, didn't pay £30 for these services, or however much they want to charge, then they wouldn't get that. You buy 2 games off of them per year, off of, say, Activision, you buy 2 Activision games per year, that's, say, 45, 50 quid times 2. There is no extra 30 quid on top. With these subscription services, they're going to be dragging an extra 30 quid out of you. And the thing is, once you get Ubisoft, Activision, EA all doing it, all at the same time, all with their own services, and you've got to pay £30 each for each service. That's £90 per bloody publisher. That's only if the other publishers don't get involved as well. And then on top of that, they want, and I'm going to use EA as the prime example here, they want you to pay for premium services. For instance, seasonal passes. So you got to pay another 45 quid on top of the 54 quid that you paid for the game on launch. So that's 54 quid plus 40 quid plus another 30 quid. There you go. That's how much you gave them. One game new. And you've already paid well over £100 for one game. They had the premium passes for Borderlands. They had it for Call of Duty, Forza Motorsport. Tons of games having these premium access, seasonal passes. And then just to punch you in the face one more time, companies like EA, they want you to do the microtransactions as well. Microtransactions. You've got your EA access, you've got your game and all games, then you've got your premium services, or your season passes, if not DLCs. Then, on top of that, you've got your fucking microtransactions as well. How much more do they want from you? The thing is that most of this content, there has been time and time again it's happened, where DLC was content that was intended for launch by the developer, and it was pushed back to DLC by the publishers. They saw a segment of game that they could strip bare and go, right, they strip it away from the game, put it as its own thing for an extra 15 fucking pounds. All it is, they're not giving you more, they're making it out as if they're doing you a favour. That's what's disgusting about it. Here, I'm doing you a favour. Here's some DLC. It's just some shit that was meant to be in the game in the beginning, but we took it away and put it in as DLC. Like that fucking, Prothean character in Mass Effect 3. That guy, fuck me. Either he was cobbled together at the last minute, just for some DLC bollocks, or he was actually intended to be in the game to begin with and he got pulled out. The fact is that development was rushed, so that character might have been a late addition to the game, but I guarantee that BioWare wanted that guy in at launch. There's so many DLCs that are like it. There's so many. It's unreal. Capcom are notorious for it. Capcom are bloody notorious for that shit. People hate them for it. So they take content away. They strip it for you. Like, rather than having to say a customization, a create a character system, no, they have a bare bones custom character system where you pick, say, their face and their eye colour and their hair, and then rather than picking their clothes or their armour or their gear, you have to pay for it. It's already there on the disc. You're not downloading this shit for the most part. Most of the time you're not downloading this shit. It's not new. It's there on the disc. You can just unlock it. If you say on the PC, you can just sit there. Like, people do it on phones all the time. Microtransactions on phones, right? It was there when they first downloaded the game. This weren't separate content that they're downloading. They pay for it. It's there. It accesses straight away. They're not downloading it as DLC. It was there. You tell me that that's doing someone a favour. Here, we're giving you extra customizable content that you wouldn't have before because we can have it as microtransactions and add it on later. Yeah, some of it's added on later, but there's always stuff at launch that's there at launch that is not DLC. It's there on the disc or there in the original file that you download every time. It's fucking disgusting. It's just a novel way to drain money out of the consumer and to try and drag you over to some more brand loyalty to a publisher. They're not even the people that make the fucking games. They're the ones that are sitting there, they've got the fucking developers, they own the developers, they own them, and they're fucking forcing them to shovel in bullshit microtransactions and systems like that. I guarantee in the future, without a single doubt in my mind, one of these fuckers are going to come up with a stupid idea. The stupid idea that they're going to come out with is that they're going to, something that they've done before as well, they're going to integrate the game, or a top game, say Assassin's Creed or Battlefield, into their subscription service, you see. Like, for instance, let's look at history. Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 integrated with Origin. On PC, you can't necessarily play Battlefield at all. At all. Not even a single player without being signed into Origin. Now, Origin's free. Origin is a free service. It's like a storefront. You buy games from it. If you didn't already know, you buy games from it for your PC. And it's a bit like Steam. Download them off Origin. It's a bit shit, the service itself, but that's how it works. Now, imagine for a second that Origin is EA Access. Imagine you're not subscribed. You're not subscribed to EA Access. And it turns out that you can only buy the new Battlefield game, the brand new Battlefield game. You can only buy, not only just for early access, you just can't buy at all unless you are subscribed to EA Access. Imagine that for a second. Now, think about it. You want to play a game, but it's now exclusive only on their subscription service platform that you have to pay for. Okay, you subscribe, you buckle because you really want to play the new Battlefield. You're a huge fan of the new Battlefield. So what you do is you go and subscribe because you want that game, and you buy that game and you play it and you enjoy it and it's good. Let's imagine that for a second. The Battlefield that works at launch and it's fucking good and it's amazing. And then, all of a sudden, one of your other favourite games of all time, Assassin's Creed, has a new iteration come out. That's exclusive to Ubisoft's monthly subscription service. Imagine it. So now you have to go off and you have to subscribe to Ubisoft's monthly subscription service just so you can play Assassin's Creed. Because that's what's probably going to happen. It's disgraceful. It really, really is. Taking consumers for granted, trying to suck every penny that they can out of your wallets. I don't know about you, but I'm not rich. I cannot justify getting EA Access. Not that I could get it because I'm on PC at the moment, but even if I fucking could get it, I wouldn't want to. And let's not forget that there's the other way. It maybe won't go to exclusive only on our fucking service straight away. They might try and ease us into it. Oh yeah, what they do is they start with the fingers, then they add the silicone lube, and they use the butt plug, and then they really fucking shaft you. So how are they going to ease us into it? Well, first they got the EA Access, that's come out. They'll start with their subscription service and start buttering us up, you see. and then they'll go, well look, this particular piece of content is exclusive only if you are on the service. Only a little bit of content, like the kind of content that you would normally get, say, for a pre-order bonus. You know, that kind of, that extra little mission that you get on a pre-order bonus, or that extra little piece of clothing, or that extra little game mode, or it's happened before, it's happened loads of times. You get that little extra costume. That little thing, it looks kind of cool, but you can only get it if you pre-order from a certain shop, and then people sat there looking at what shops they can get certain pre-order bonuses for. Remember that? Still happening now? Yeah, well it's like that, except you can only get this pre-order bonus stuff if you are subscribed to our monthly subscription service. That's the butt plug, that bit. That's them proper preparing you for it, and then it's just like, exclusive only on our service! Full on anal ramage. That's what it'll be. I really hope it doesn't happen, but I mean, think about it. If EA Access is successful, and it probably will be, I'm not going to lie, it probably will be. It won't be successful for, say, games like Battlefield or Plants vs Zombies or Dead Space or any of the other EA games. It will be successful because of EA Sports. Because those fuckers are the fuckers that sit there just chucking money, microtransactions, week after week for their fucking cards, for their FIFA Ultimate Team, and the other bloody equivalents for the other American sports, of which I don't really know because I live in the UK and it's hard to find those games as physical copies. So the last American sports game I played was actually NHL 2000 and something. It was a zero then number. It wasn't even in this decade. It was a decade ago. So yeah, welcome to the future. Isn't it bright? Thank you for watching Recall Gaming Exploits. Do that stuff that every other channel tells you to do, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.